What is going on, people? So tomorrow is Monday, 6th June, and it is the first day of the 10-week summer internship for a lot of you who are doing internships at investment banks and other corporates across the city. So what I'm going to do every Sunday for the next 10 weeks is publish a video at around 6 p.m. to give you some tips and advice on how to best approach your upcoming week of your summer internship. So tomorrow is week 1, so today we're going to talk about, how best to approach it, what things you should be thinking about, what to do, what not to do. When I think about my time as an intern, it would have been useful for me to have, a video to watch the Sunday before my upcoming week telling me what I should be thinking about, what I should be doing on the internship. So that's what I kind of want to do with these videos to help you. Now, before we do that, I want to say massive congrats to you for securing your internship offer. Regardless of whether you go to a target uni or a non-target uni, you've got your offer at a corporate, at an investment bank, at a big bulge bracket investment bank, whatever it might be. And so now you got to focus on the most important part, which is the 10-week interview or the 10-week internship. You got to go in, smash it, and then get your grad scheme offer. So we're going to talk about how you can best do that. Week 1 is oftentimes quite boring because you're going to be sitting in the big auditorium and lots of people are just going to be presenting to you one after the other, right? But what you want to do is every single person that presents, note down their name, right? First name, surname, what division they're in. And then if you feel confident enough and comfortable enough, then later on in your internship, you can reach out to them. As an intern, you have a kind of a free pass to reach out to who you want. It's not always going to mean that they're going to say, yes, let's meet up for a coffee or a chat, but you're kind of allowed to do that. You can reach out. All the other interns that you meet, all the other people, and keep in mind, there's going to be interns, there's going to be pricks. There's going to be people who go to better universities than you, who come across as arrogant, cocky. There's going to be stuck-up idiots, but you got to just go there, do your thing. Remember, you are there because you earned your place and you just got to smash it, be yourself, impress everyone in your team and everyone that you meet, and at the end you'll get your offer. But week 1, focus on networking, meeting people and just getting a feel for the culture of the organization. Now, in terms of more practical advice, tonight, Sunday evening, you should be setting out the clothes that you're going to wear tomorrow. So if you're going, suit and tie, make sure your shirt is ironed. First impressions are super important. You don't want to go into your internship with a creased up shirt or a shirt with stains on it. It's just, it doesn't look good. People are going to look at you and think you're not serious, you're not taking it seriously. And first impressions play a big part in how people see you and perceive you over the next 10 weeks. So make sure you set out your clothes tonight. Know what tie you're going to wear. Don't go over the top. Don't wear like a fancy ass pinstripe suit, wear a nice fancy Rolex watch or things like that. Keep it humble. People like humble interns. And also, back in the day, pre-2008, the industry was more like in your face. People were, driving more flashy cars. It was more in your face. Nowadays, people understand that, showing your wealth and flossing it in people's faces isn't a good look. So people keep it on the down low. People are more humble. They don't want to brag. So you don't want to be that intern that, everyone talks about negatively because you think you are some baller because you made it or you wear a Rolex or whatever it might be. Keep it humble. Always play it safe. Safest suit you can wear is a navy suit with a white shirt and then a tie. Your tie can have a bit more expression in it. It can have patterns. It can have spots. It can have stripes. It can have animals, whatever it might be. Be careful not to overdo it. Make sure your shoes are polished. You don't want to go into work with some scruffy shoes that need a polish because once again, people form impressions based on your dress code head to toe. So you don't want to give them any reason to judge you in the wrong way. Very important. You probably know what time you need to be in the office tomorrow. Make sure you get there at least 15 to 30 minutes early. Keep in mind, if you're in London, there's strikes tomorrow. So plan ahead. Don't be late. It's always better to be early, right? We say early is on time and on time is late. So keep that in mind. Practice your handshake. If you're at home right now, whether it's with your sibling, your parent, whoever it might be, or a friend or a peer, practice your handshake. You want a firm handshake. If you shake someone's hand, and I've shaken so many people's hands, and sometimes you get a person who shakes your hand and it's flimsy and weak. It just forms an impression that isn't a good look. So you want to have a firm handshake. You don't want it to be too strong. You don't want to hurt the other person. Just a firm handshake that shows, all right, you've got a firm handshake and, you're not too flimsy. It's the small things that make a big difference. Small things that make a big difference. Another one, don't chew gum. It doesn't give a good impression. There's something about chewing gum or an intern chewing gum. It just doesn't look professional. You wouldn't go to a client meeting chewing gum, so don't do it. If unsure, leave it out. Similarly, you wouldn't go to a client meeting with unpolished shoes. So use that kind of as a benchmark, you know. Ask yourself, if you're unsure about something, ask yourself, would you go to a client meeting wearing this or doing this? If the answer is no, then you shouldn't do it on your internship. Nowadays, there's the whole work from home and casual dress and all of that. However, as an intern, it's better to be suited and booted with a tie as opposed to risking it, going in casual, and then everyone looks at you like, what's this intern on? They're an intern. They need to know their place. How are they coming in so casually? Like, if that's the culture and people are okay with that, that's fine. You could do that later on, but play it safe on the first day or the first week. And always, you know, ask someone more senior or ask your buddy or your mentor if it's okay to do X, Y, Z before actually going ahead and doing it. And that goes to communication. Communication is very important, but we'll talk about that in another week later on. And yeah, most importantly, it could be quite nerve-wracking your first week going into an investment bank. For many of you, it's your first week entering the world of work. You know, as a uni student, you know, up until this day, right, you've only been in the world of academia. Now you're making that transition into the world of work. It's a big leap. It's a big change. You know, some people who are really good at academia are very bright. They go into the world of work and they don't know how to conduct themselves. They realize that it's a completely different ballgame. So use this week and the upcoming weeks to kind of understand how to kind of fit in, understand how to carry yourself. That's very important. Understand what's acceptable and unacceptable in a social setting or in a group setting, and then you'll be fine. And the best way to do that is judge by looking at people who are in the firm already. How do people carry themselves? What do people do? What do people not do? You want to be a sponge. And what I mean by being a sponge is you want to see what's going on around you and take in all the best bits, leave out all the bits that you don't need, and then apply that into your upcoming weeks in your internship. Understand that it's normal to be nervous. It's completely part of the process. If you aren't nervous, I'd be a bit worried. You should be nervous to a certain extent. You don't want to be too relaxed, but you don't want to be extremely nervous. Try and be yourself. Once you get there, your nerves will settle. Trust me, it all, you know, everything gets more comfortable as the days go on. Just make sure you understand every minute you're there, your main goal is to enjoy yourself. Learn. It's a two-way process, right? The internship firm is trying to find out if you're a suitable candidate for the grad scheme, and you're trying to find out if the firm is the right company for you to join as a graduate after you finish your degree. So it's a two-way process. You're going there to find out if it's right for you. The worst that can happen is you don't get an offer, but good news, most interns actually get a full-time offer. They wouldn't give you an internship offer if they didn't have headcount to hire. So in most cases, they have room to hire you. You just got to smash it over the next 10 weeks. So I will see you next week, Sunday, to give you some tips and advice on how best to approach week 2 of your summer internship. Until then, good luck for week 1. Peace.